Hey, that looks like a dress to me. Oh my god, you think my dress is No, a dress. Oh, a dress. Well, you too. No. A dress. I can't hear you over all this bleeping. Thank you, or sorry, I don't know. An energy drink and a soda. This is a cry for help. Hi, hello everyone, my name is Jer, and is that the bleeped out Target shirt? It is. When Rate a Queen was introduced a few seasons back, I was somewhat impressed that Drag Race was leaning in so heavy to the social game, because every iteration of Drag Race All-Stars plays off the social game, the one that the producers have zero control over, whether certain contestants will like or dislike each other and actively circumvent the show's preset plans. It was only a matter of time before the mainline series caught up to that concept, and Plain Jane, being the mind of a mastermind she is, did what no one thought was going to happen. She immediately played dirty to advance her own goals. And since then, the Rate a Queen device has existed with the queen sort of tiptoeing around how to navigate the gameplay of it all, but the incorporation of it this year was actually diabolical, and I was surprised that the show allowed them this much power 5 episodes into the season. See, when no one save for a few acquaintances know each other, Rate a Queen generally starts the season with a little bit of drama. We saw that last year with Sam Starr. This doesn't typically manifest into super compelling stories, but this year I think it did. By introducing it to the pool this late, relationships and alliances have solidly formed. The room is going to help each other out in order to advance themselves the exact same way that Plain did just a few years ago. And in my opinion, this device greatly assists production in creating villains where they may not have otherwise existed. Since Briar is now gone, the season is very clearly lacking someone to guide the sort of antagonistic thing that Drag Race loves to have in the room. You know, that thing where there's a queen who kind of pisses everybody off, and that helps further any stories that are happening in the episode. The main character that was doing that is gone now, so Drag Race has to manufacture that somehow, and I think we saw echoes of that happening this week. This season so far, but especially this episode, have been riddled with these rogue confessionals from Jane Don't, talking about how she can see the sharks in the water and she feels like she's gonna get sniped out. I don't think this is a coincidence at all. I think that she is being set up as a very clear victim to the cliques that are forming in the room, since Jane hasn't really aligned with anybody so far. She specifically says she did not come to Drag Race to get judged by a bunch of people from Florida who can't read. A devastating blow to all of them. And I am certain that next week we're gonna see her land in the bottom and potentially go home, thus being eaten alive by the sharks that she already sensed were around. I could be dead wrong, but all of these confessionals are leading up to an event, I think. And at this point in the season, the show desperately needs an antagonizer or a villain light. And is it too much of a stretch to say that I think Athena is being set up as that character? I'm just kind of speculating right now, but it seems like they keep using her to incite reactions from us. They put her in a safe position, which then activates us because she probably should have been in the bottom. Then they show her this week sort of being the mastermind of making sure that Juicy gets to the next episode. Even if it was completely deserved that Juicy was number 1, Athena would have put her at number 1 even if she was awful. And this all sort of comes at the expense of Jane, who is feeling like everybody in the room doesn't have her back. So I feel like they're kind of using Athena to set up a quasi-villain, someone who we are not supposed to necessarily react positively towards. And I'm already seeing whispers online of people saying that it's very clear that Athena is being protected. But I think there's a reason for that. They are using her specifically as a mechanism to make certain drama happen in the room, and I think that's playing out in the edit. I want to address the elephant in the room at the very beginning of the episode when Kenya mentions the pleaser effect, and the room went silent.
When the pleaser effect comes, this emotion bitch is over.
They were not featuring that soundbite from their good sis. And Discord echoes my exact sentiment from last week. She's getting conflicting messaging. One saying, hey, your walk is kind of awful, and the other one is saying, please keep doing it. Where is she left to go from there? I wouldn't know what to do either. There's no mini challenge again this week. Season 18 hates them. I don't know if I care that much. The Maxi is a talent show this week, but not just a regular talent show, a Rate a Queen talent show. I hate in all caps that 3 girls are missing from this. I think I can sort of hand wave when it's just one, like what Drag Race España does often, or what Drag Race France has done before. 1 is fine, but 3 is bordering disrespect. Especially since 2 of the eliminated queens were both Latino and 1 of them was Asian. I'm not saying anything disparaging because I don't want a lawsuit. We're just seeing patterns and it's annoying at this point. And since there are only 11 queens, 6 of them will perform this week and 5 will perform next week. This, I think, accomplishes 2 things. 1, it allows next week's episode to be padded out by lip syncs because there's gonna be a top 2 and a bottom 2, so they need to accommodate for that somehow. So on one hand, I understand why there are less people next week. However, all of those contestants next week will have a much more difficult time surviving the episode than the girls did this week. I won't go into the math and probability statistics of it all because I will just confuse myself. But if you have any kind of basic comprehension of math, you know that 6 people voting for 5 way outnumbers the odds of surviving if someone does not want you to be there. 5 queens trying to distribute their votes among 6 people, it makes those margins tight, right? But 6 voting for 5 makes those margins dense of how many points you're gonna get in voting. And I imagine all 6 of those queens are going to be voting in the best interests of Sierra. I'm just gooped that production had the balls to let them do this. I didn't think that they would relinquish so much power at a kind of critical point in the competition. Episode 5 is not the midpoint, but it is close to that midpoint. And maybe if someone's in the bottom that production wanted to go far, it could spell doom for them depending on how the lip sync goes. And it's all at the hands of the queens. So I'm gooped. I hate Raid a Queen, but I kind of like the way that it was used this year. I would love if they brought back Raid a Queen for something else. Like imagine a Raid a Queen for Snatch Game. I think that would work out spectacularly. Take the power out of RuPaul's dusty, non-understanding of pop culture hands. Because she doesn't always laugh at things that are actually funny, and she laughs at things that are stupid. And anyways, I'm just gooped that they relinquish so much power at this point in the competition. It's usually something they do early because there's kind of no consequence. The runway category this week is called Not Today Satin. It's a pretty straightforward abridged runway, nothing too exciting happened, and it had almost no bearing on the outcome of the episode, so let's breeze through these. Sierra Mist is up first, very devil-coated. I love the kind of on-the-nose humor about this, with it being a Not Today Satin, playing off of Bianca's iconic quote, "Not today, Satan." She was struggling a bit to walk in this. I think those shoes were kind of restraining, but those horns were hot. It's a slay of a look. Juicy Love Dion is next. She said this was a carnivorous plant. I love the color palette of this maroon, the forest green, the shapes are luxurious. It's all constructed very well. It's a slay. Nini Coco is next. Ooh, so good. Oh, I love this. She said that another queen made this for her. Girl, they're breaking the 4th wall so severely this season. It started out with Juicy a couple of weeks ago, saying that her and her designer, and named them, worked on their outfit together. Drag Race almost always just does this implication that they had work done on their packages, but doesn't always acknowledge it. So it's fascinating that this is the year where they decided to say, we know that these girls aren't doing their own hair, their own dresses, or their own shoes most of the time, so let's just let them share who made these. This is a really cute look. I love the coral, great color story, slay all around. She had a very good week in my opinion. Vita Monteith is next. This is so abnormal from what I expect from her. She looks like she is this big. From the waist up, it's great, but why is the rest so boxy mandrews? Why wasn't the waist tailored at all? I am really shocked that she did not turn and burn this look. It is an abnormal flop for her. Chop. Darlene is next. I love this shape. I know the judges didn't like it. I know the girls didn't like it. The internet seems to be back and forth on it, but I love this. It is tacky glam. It is everything that I want to see from a drag queen of her caliber. Like, she is just giving us what I would expect to see from any drag queen at a nightclub. And maybe some people are like, I don't want to see nightclub drag on Drag Race. We've seen so much runway for years. Let's bring back the days of season 1, 2, and 3 where they were bringing Wet Seal out to that place. Let's get some tacky drag on this good ladies runway. I love it. It's so 80s prom. The reveal to the mini dress was really freaking cute and exciting. It's a slay. Mia Star is next. Margarita Califata intensifies. It's a gigantic bow, and that's it. It's really, really, really huge. I hate that I haven't liked much of anything that she's brought this season. And I'm sorry, it's a chop for me. It's kind of the same problem that Vita has. There's no shape to it. And for a throwaway runway like Not Today Satin, I guess it doesn't have to be everything, but Mikey Makes is a next. Stop. This is a moment. It is so Breakfast at Tiffany's coded to me. I love the shape of this. I love the colors. It is a slay. Athena is next. Yuck. She's doing an homage to Chi-Chi from Tu Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. I love the film. Hate this look. It is revolting. She looks like she's having a good time, but I don't like it. Okay? I don't like it. It's a chop. Can You Please Her is next. She specifically said that her designer did not get the look to her in time, so she had to borrow something from Jane Doe. Whoa. This constant wall breaking is mind-blowing to me. I'm not mad at this at all. I'm just so not used to this. Walk with me here. A lot of drag queens that go on Drag Race don't make their own stuff. There's like a handful of them that do. A very small handful that do. Almost all of them get their hair designed, they get their outfits designed, they work with a huge team to get ready for Drag Race. And again, the show likes to pretend that they've done it all. This constant, oh, my designer and I did this, my designer didn't get to me. Shattering for Drag Race. I kind of hope they keep doing this because I like it. I would love if they started putting maybe like an annotation at the bottom of the screen designed by @so-and-so on Instagram. Anyways, it's a chop. I don't like a lot of what Jane's worn either, and this was not good. Jane Doe is next, saying she's giving a woman with a bird on her vibes. Woo! Delta Work has specifically complained about stuff like this on her podcast.
It's giving green couch. No, it's a green couch.
It's giving white tank top with a hanky. Yes, diva, you have eyeballs and you can see what you're wearing. I love it, I live. It's giving dress. It's also giving chop. Discord Adams is in next. I love the long train, but I hate that she took it off. She wanted to look like she came out of a dumpster and that she just had all of these dresses that no one wanted to wear, all these bolts of satin. I love the idea of that. I wish that she kept the train on and just dragged it all around that place. It's a soft slay. I don't hate it. I don't know if I like it either though. So now let's get into Raid a Queen Part 1. Sierra Mist is up first with her talent show doing some poetry. Now, I love performance art down. I loved what Mariah did in Versus the World 3. I love performance art. I am a sucker for it. When a diva is here, I cheer. She wanted to share her soul. She wanted to give more of her spirit and her essence. I love that. I sadly don't think it's right for Drag Race. And Ross, annoying as a Muppet as he is, touched on that. Ross wanted a death drop. Ross wanted excitement. And I think that's what Rue and Michelle also wanted. On Drag Race, they don't want authenticity, ever. I made an entire video talking about how the heart and soul element of Drag Race has been long gone, and everything that is disguised as a show us who you are, be vulnerable, has now all been veneered with comedy and humor and excitement. They don't want you to do stuff like this. While I love drag like this, and I think that this is important, this is exactly what Megami said that we should protect, because this is queer art. It's just not what the show wants. And I think audiences at home want to connect with something like this, but the show is gonna edit them like they were Boo Boo the Fool. They'll show the bad take where the costume didn't come off all the way. They'll show the critique where the judge talks about how they didn't like the way that it looked, and they will paint them as the very clear bottom player because they didn't do what the judges wanted them to do. I think that this was a great performance. It's just not what the show wants, and I hate that. Juicy Love Dion is in next. Her body articulations are quite literally insanity. My mouth was open the entire time. Like, Jesus H. Christ, this was good. Any of these girls are in deep danger if they ever get in a lip sync with her, because she's gonna eat them all alive. I would play the hell out of this character in a video game. I would choose them anytime. She ate with her stance and her posing. Her movements were spectacular. She served, she devoured. It was a great performance. The girls were quaking. This is not a one-for-one comparison, but Juicy for me is doing a lot of what Aja was very well known for when season 9 was premiering. Aja would do these high energy numbers where her body was gyrating and moving rhythmically to sounds and beats within the music, and was offering a different kind of lip sync style, one that was a full body experience. Go back and watch a lot of those old performances from like right before season 9 aired, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is obviously a much higher energy and more rhythmic performance, but it's kind of in that same vein, and I with that. Nini Coco is next. So this is apparently a praying mantis thing that she went viral for, and a lot of people know her for. I don't remember if I've seen this or not, actually. I don't want to say definitively I have or haven't, but some of the girls were like, should you do something that you are already well known for, blah, blah, blah. In a talent show, you should do something you know works, something that you have a fair amount of experience doing. I don't have any problem with her redoing something off the show on the show, because there are gonna be plenty of people who never saw that viral moment and will want a little piece of that. I was worried that anyone after Juicy would kind of just be an automatic flop, because how do you go from an energy bar that's up here to whatever it is you're doing next? But Bish turned the party for me. When she ripped off that bug head and was chewing it, I was like, this is killer. I loved it. Vita Von Teese Star is next. Girl, not another exercise performance. I cannot handle these anymore. We have had so many of them. It wasn't very special in the Drag Race universe. It's not very exciting. This was so early season of Drag Race. Maybe you could do this in a nightclub and it would get some people going, woo! But it's just too small for the Drag Race stage. And she was wearing sneakers, something that I don't have a lot of problems with, but I know the show does. And all I thought of was Thorgy saying, Chi-Chi knows better, but maybe she doesn't. I was confused. And why did Miss Girl keep turning her head away? It was so bad. This was the very clear bottom of the night, but it's rated queen, so we're not rating fair. Darlene is next. It was very Schoolhouse Rock for femme gays who have never gone to Home Depot in their life. Like, hey, let me teach you about super basic things and kind of tie it to a little bit of cheekiness. It was very funny, it was camp, I loved her set, it was super cute, she did a great job. Mia Starr is next. She comes out with so much energy, she's got a great fluidity to her movements. I liked the performance and the song. I just wish the aesthetic was stronger, because I think everything else was really good. That ass rainbow wig was insane. It was nuts. I must give her props though, because her tita stayed exactly where it was supposed to be. There were no nip slips, thank the Lord. I wasn't living for it though. I mean, don't crucify me. I think I would have lived more if the aesthetic was stronger. After Rated Queen, the top two are called as Juicy and Mia. I think it should have been Nene and Juicy, high-key. And Sierra Mist is voted as the bottom queen. This sucks ass. I don't think it should have been her. I think it should have been Vita. And this is now the second time where I felt like Vita kind of slid through a challenge that she wasn't as strong in. She probably should have been in the bottom during RDR. Juicy and Mia have to lip sync to Pretty Ugly by Zara Larsson. This was a battle of the insane dancers. Juicy was serving crazy body contortions. Does this bitch have bones? She moves like she's made of rubber. And she looked incredible. Mia was dancing well, but that wig was so boo-boo the fool. It was clownery. You know what you are? You're a clown. Juicy won this one for me down, but they both win. I love a double win when we can have one. Next week, the other 5 are going to perform. One of these girls is gonna get eliminated. I don't know, girls, I just feel like the competition is really heating up. Even though some of the girls were absolutely biased in the way they were voting, I think Juicy undeniably was the best of the night and absolutely earned her top spot. I thought it was kind of crazy camp that Kenya spent some time establishing a relationship with Sierra only to put her in the bottom. And I wonder what betrayals are gonna happen next week, because I'm sure that the producers are going to show them the results at some point, and that will create even more drama. What did y'all think about this episode? What do you think about the talent shows? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see y'all next week for some more. I will be continuing to review Drag Race UK vs. the World Season 3, so keep an eye out for those. We just covered Drag Race in Mexico for my weekly podcast. Feel free to check that out as well. And thank you all to my Extravaganza Extra members for helping support this channel. If you too would like to join, you can check that out right by the subscribe button. It helps support me and you get to watch some of my posted videos a little earlier than everyone else. Thank you for watching. I will see y'all on the flip.